Okay, today we're going to discuss about the next question. Yeah, good afternoon. We're going to discuss about the next question for the practical. So let me present to you the questions. Hang on a sec, yeah? Okay, so this is our question. Last week we did a list application for a 1 and 2. So you guys have successfully completed the question 1, a list, and then after that we go for stack. Okay, so you guys have done this 1 and 2 and submitted. Therefore, today we are going to move on to B, which is looking at stack application. Okay, since we have touched on stack and queue, therefore we are going to do question 3, 4, B3, 4, and C5, 6. Okay, and then there is number 6. There are another 3 questions here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's it. This one we're going to do next week. Yeah. Actually, we have already touched on this one as well. This is the prefix, postfix, and infix. Yeah. But never mind, we're going to do this one first. This question for this week, which is the stack and the queue. Okay, let's look at the question. Okay, so this question on stack application says that you need to write a method that uses a stack ADT to evaluate a mathematical expression for proper pairing of brackets. This one we learn in class as well, the proper pairing of brackets. You need to find what are the functions, what are the program that you can execute this stack program for pairing of brackets. Yeah, the method returns true if the mathematical expression has balanced pairing of brackets, otherwise return false. Okay, that is B3. Next one, B4. Write a method that uses a stack ADT to evaluate postfix expression. Assume that the postfix expression to be processed is in the correct form and each operand consists of a single digit. For example, 6 plus 2 divided by 5 multiplied by 3 would be entered as 62 plus 53 divided, multiply and division divided by this formula by the user. Okay, so basically you have to be able to enter 62 plus 53 and then that symbol and that symbol, which is multiplication and division by a user. So the challenge here is that you have to create an enhanced version of your solution such that your method is able to handle postfix. So postfix expression containing operands consisting of more than one digit. Okay, or even real valued numbers. So this is on stack application. Question 3. Alright, basically there are two programs here. One is on brackets, another one is on postfix. Let's see if that is too tough, not too tough for you. 2, 3, and 4. Next one is on a queue. Okay, queue application. Should be easy. Number 5, a palindrome is a string of characters, a word, phrase, or sentence, as I mentioned, that is the same regardless of whether you read it backward or forward. Okay, assuming that you ignore spaces, punctuation, and case. All right, so this one requires that you enter a word, and that system, the program will check whether this particular word that you have entered is actually a palindrome or not. Okay? So write a program that uses both a stack and a queue to determine whether a string is a palindrome or not. All right, that is number 5. Number 6, for this question, you will use the following Java classes in chapter 1. I think if you notice, I have already posted that in your Google Classroom, customer.java, postoffice.sim.java. Yes, I have posted that. And the class postoffice simulates a post office single queue multi-counter environment whereby customers take a number, and then when their turn comes, their number and the servicing counter will be announced. So this one refer to 1.3 with the GUI, which is this. So this is with the GUI for post office sim. I gave you customer Java and post office sim.java. Okay, so please check on that code in GC. Okay, so you have to complete the following methods for the class post office sim. Okay, this is the method that you need to put into post office sim. What happened here? The event handler for the take number button, which is this one. The text area below this button should then display your number with the automatically generated next sequence number. Just like when you go to a counter in a government office or something. And then you're sitting there and then you are waiting for your number to be called. At the same time, you look at the screen, there is some number is displayed there. So it should be that after that number being called, you will see the next number in line. So yeah, that's why you will see your number, and then what is your number? Okay, that is a sequence, right? All right. Okay, counter listeners action perform method that you need to write. It is supposed to be executed when any of the counter N buttons are clicked. So therefore, you need to ensure that the text file in the first row under customer UI here, user ID, section will list the next number to be serviced and assign counter number. Okay, like this. Counter, what number, and then assign to which counter. Counter 2, what number, assigned to which counter, and so forth. Okay, all the remaining text field below the top row will be updated accordingly. And then another criteria is that you need to announce a sequence number to be serviced and the counter number to go to. Okay, so it means this number go to which counter. So that is a question on post office and customer stack queue. Okay, queue question. All right, next one. Event handler for the print analysis button. Where's the print analysis report? Okay, So what happened here? To be executed when click. Okay, so this is figure 1.4. This is your expected result output. Service analysis report number 1 until what? Depending on your counter, how many counter you want to set. Okay, over here maybe that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so all those number which has been served, you have to be able to display it here. Okay, so this is the report that will be printed when the analysis report button is clicked. Okay, done with that. Okay, so I want you to go and check 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like kind of a lot, don't you think? Is it a lot for you guys?
Not
Gus,
sure.
is it a lot?
We'll try.
Let's see.
I think a lot.
You see there is a B with B, a lot, right? Yeah, quite a lot. Stack application B, actually you have 3 and 4. This is one program. 4 is one program. And then for 4, yeah, for 4, this is your challenge. So there's one program, two programs. Palindrome is 3, and 6 is another program. Okay, never mind. We will not do 6. We will not do 6, yeah. We will do only this one, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'll only do B, stack application number 3, number 4, and Q, 5, palindrome. Should be easy, this one is. Okay, okay guys, we try to
Okay.
do, yeah, B3, 4, C5, 3, 4, B3, 4, and C5. Okay, so number 6, there's a lot actually. 6, there's a lot. 6, but if you finish, you're able to finish this B, C, 3, B3 and 4, and C5. You're always welcome to continue with 6, yeah. But if it is too much, then we can just continue. We just focus on 3, 4, and 5, and then we will continue with this number 6 next week. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, you may start doing analysis on how you create this stack application for 3, 4, and 5. In the meantime, while you're doing that, I will find that documents where I need to go and share with you for what you will be encountering, or what things that you need to know for your assignment. So I'll be back in 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll give you 10 minutes to do your research. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, class, I believe I found the document. Now this is the assignment being shared. So this is your assignment specs. Okay, this is for data structure. This is how it looked like. Okay. Uh, this here abstract data types ADT are very important as they serve as programming tools that enable component reuse and encapsulation. So this assignment requires students to create, implement, and apply collection ADTs in an application. You may do this assignment on individual basis or in a team up to 5 members, but in your case, it would be 1 and 1, right? Hmm. Okay. Team assignment will normally provide a greater degree of appreciation of how various collection entities may be used within an application, as well as the interdependence of various functionalities and features of collection of the on the collection entities. Okay. So each student will be individually assessed based on the quality and scope of work completed by the student, even if they do that in a team assignment. So in your case, you're only two, you can do each assignment. Okay, so your learning outcome, which are going to be assessed, would be mentioned this earlier. Coursework marks contributes about 85% for produce a software program using appropriate data structures and algorithm. So that is looking at the PLO3, program learning outcome 3. Okay. Next one is 15% is given to explanation on the implementation and appropriateness of data structures for specific scenario. That will be under assessment under PLO5. Okay. So you have to achieve at least more equals to 42.5 out of 85 marks for CLO2. Okay, that is number one. Here, software program which use appropriate data structures and algorithm. Okay, yeah, to in order to pass the coursework, which means 42.5 marks is uh, the benchmark, the level that the lowest that you can go. Okay, so make sure I think you can do it. So if you can do this assignment on practical during the session practical, you will be able to do this because you have already experienced, right, doing the program. Okay, so what is the problem statement here that you need to solve? What is the problem statement? There are various applications that have become more useful due to restriction of movement in recent times. Okay, these include applications that provide social interaction, activities, support group buying, or organization of resources for the needy. So you are basically required to select one of the following applications and then develop a prototype that implements some of the functionalities of your chosen application to demonstrate your appreciation of mastery of the collection of ADTs. So these are the group of application you can select for you to create. Number one is the online karaoke, Pictionary, Taboo, or charades. Okay, there's a game or something, right? Number two is group buying. Number three is donation coordination systems. Four is common interests, hobbyist info sharing app. Last but not least would be live sale or auction system for pre-loved items and seafood and whatnot. Okay, other things. So you choose 1 until 5. Which one do you want to create? So a little bit of information here. Your user interface for your application may be console based. GUI based or web based. Okay, note that no marks will be given for the type of user interface. However, user interface should be easy to understand. So you select your interface. You need not pre-implement a complete system because this one basically you only need to create a module, one functioning module from this whole program application. You have to select only one module from each of this, not from each. You select one of these five from these five application and develop one module for that. It's not the whole system, just one module, yeah? Okay. Only validations related to the use collection entities are required. Now, scope of work. Each of you should be responsible for your specification and implementation on one collection entities. You have now you are doing entities on stack and queue. You have done list, okay? So should be easy for you. The implementation B of one entity class, which includes a collection of entity objects such as one of its data fields. The implementation of one entity class, which includes a collection of entity objects as one of its data fields. C. The design and implementation of one or more client classes that includes at least one collection of entity objects as one of its data field. Okay. And number two would be the methods which manipulate the collection entity object in order to perform various functionalities. So basically, you need to select one module that is able to incorporate what you have learned in the entities. Okay, like that project that assignment which you have seen a while ago. You go to a counter of. This is an example, right? You go to this one. Excuse me. Go for this one. Counter, post office, SIP, say. Then you have this module. This should be functioning. So in this, you basically applying the Q application. Okay, hang on a sec. Yeah. So then you go back that one. Right. Okay, wait a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's continue. And then each student, okay, then other than your own collection of IDTs, you may also use the IDTs created by other team members in your entity class and or client classes. Okay, this one is if you work in groups. You are not allowed to use any collection interfaces or classes from the Java collection framework. Let's see what that means. These questions are the Q&As. I will forward you the Q&As document. Everything that you want to question is answered there. There are a set of question and answers, which normally being asked, frequently asked questions. So any question about this assignment will be, you have to refer there. Okay. So I'll attach that later in the GC. Well, I'll find it in a second. Preparing an individual assignment report using Google Doc template provided. Okay, the usual your assignment template. I'll have that. I will attach. All code must be written using Java standard convention using camel case. Include your name as a comment at the beginning of each class you authored. Okay, so assignment rubrics will be given as well. So this is your criteria of allocation of marks, assignment deliverables and deadline, weeks, starting from week 2 onwards. So you're given assignment ID registration. Okay, so here you need to give me your name and your idea, meaning that which particular program that you are selecting to develop, which particular module of this particular application that you have selected. Okay, so think carefully. Pick one, two, three, four, or five. I think because you guys are only two, therefore individual, this will be on you. Okay, but I will ask again whether you guys, I think better individual, right? What do you think? Uh,
Can also
what do you mean?
can also if individual.
Yeah.
Okay.
So individual, right? Because there's only two of you. You just to choose, you just have to choose your module. Okay. So at the end of the class, I will give you, or later on, I will give you. You can mail me, or I will make a box in the GC, and you can forward that form registration for your assignment, which particular application you're selecting. Okay. So yeah, because you have to fill in the form, I need to find that, attach that. Okay. Okay, so this one, number one, this week, today, you're supposed to do this. One representative, that means you need to register yourself assignment idea by submitting to the assignment idea registration by submitting assignment idea registration form to me. And I will forward this to the CC at main campus. Okay, so this is supposed to be progressive. Okay, each week during the practical class today, we will see your progress. I will see your progress, and then we'll see which stage are you at. Okay, so this project is supposed to end on week 10. So now it's week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 7 weeks ahead. Okay, 7 more weeks ahead. All right, so individual assignment report to be submitted as a PDF file by each of you but at week 10. So assignment rubric also should be submitted as a Google Sheet by each of you, meaning that you are aware that you are within the guideline and within the stipulated rubrics that is to be assessed on you. Okay, NetBeans project to be submitted by each student. Okay, please include your data files, example, your text files, your binary files, and also a readme.txt file to explain how to run your application that is close to looking at your manual, user manual, right? So, but this one you put it under readme.txt file to explain how to run your application step by step. Okay, so by week 11 and 12, you will have to demonstrate your assignment. So each student must demonstrate his own work. Okay, so this one would be, I think it's in the lab. There will be evaluator. It will not be me. I am thinking it's the similar lecture. Okay, so pay attention to academic integrity and plagiarism. There must be originality in your work. That is, do not copy or refer to other team. Okay, you may only work with yourself to produce on your own, right? To produce the solution of this assignment. You must not share with or refer to any part of the assignment, including code of anyone else, except yourself, your own, and your tutor. Before submitting your assignment, ensure that you have complied with TAR UC's plagiarism policy. Okay, so this one is strictly serious. Any cheating, attempt to cheat, plagiarism, collusion, any other attempt to gain unfair advantage in assessment will cause students to be penalized. Okay, so that is uh, well known, yeah. Okay, so that is
Oh,
assignments facts. Question?
for the title, can two groups choose the same title?
I suppose you can, because you are basically to required to select only one, right? Since I don't think that it should be that is a problem, because after all, this is all about you selecting it. But it's just that they are concerned. Uh, Plagiarism means you copy each other on the codes. So, but I don't think so, right? So should be okay. But I will check on the question Q and A's whether that question is in there. Okay, but
Okay.
yeah, in my opinion, it is okay to have the same. Okay, because the CC and KL has already attached Q and A's question. Every sorts of question that you forwarded is listed there. Anything, everything. Okay, so let's see. Hang on, yeah. I think I have one more to share. Okay, this one. Can you see that? Okay, so this one is assignment examples of functionalities for the client classes. Okay, for example, this is there are five, right? One, karaoke, group buying, donation. What is this? Yeah, uh, this is like online karaoke. So this is example. Let's look at one. For online karaoke, you have these are your modules: online karaoke, song maintenance, member maintenance, karaoke session, and that particular module should be able to do adding of song, remove song, edit song, retrieve and generate reports. Whereas your member maintenance, you have to be able to add, remove, edit details, retrieve details, and generate reports. So this is one module. Another one different. This is another module, and the third one will be karaoke session, which is allowing you to a user to select, start, vote, and generate report. Okay, as you can see, there are three modules here. So that three module makes up of a whole system. Okay, so the question says that you are not to implement all. You can select one module. That means this is supposed to be a working module for your system. Okay. If you have one, you make one, that is requirement. But if you can make two, that is even better. Okay. So up to you, but um, main thing, my advice is just focus on one. Okay. So you
So
again, mm,
the song maintenance is considered as one module.
which one? Yeah,
Oh,
sound maintenance is one module. Yeah,
okay.
because this is a whole complete system, right? Example. So maintenance is a one module. Member maintenance is one module. Karaoke session is one module. Next is the another one group buying. So as you can see, you have another one, two, three modules. Okay, one is item group maintenance, member maintenance, and group buy. Item group maintenance include what you can do here. You have to be able to add item group, remove, edit, retrieve, generate reports. So basically almost the same with this one. Yeah, just to give you an idea, this is example group buying. Okay, next one is the donation management. So donor management is not donee, I think. Donee management. Okay, donee. Donee management. Okay, that is one module. It's supposed to add, remove, edit, retrieve, generate. Same function everywhere, but just the change of your contacts. Going for donation. So next one is donor maintenance, and the last one is campaign management. Okay. So here it says here the scope of work for one student will be one module. Okay. So for example, one student will do song maintenance, one student will do member maintenance, and one student will do karaoke maintenance. So this is if your work is in a group. But if you are in a group yourself, you are one person, you are supposed to just do one. No? You have to just read. You have to read again the instruction. Where's that instruction? Uh, Scope of work. Uh, you need not implement a complete system. Basically, you have to choose um, one module. You have a look at this one first. Let me find that question and answers. Yeah, have a look at this one first. Let me find the question and answers. Yeah, I'll just find question and answers. Oh, you didn't hear. Goodness. I've been, my thing has been off, yeah? Mic.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Now you can access the document. Um, I will post this in GC. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. So here, right? First thing. So here the question is, you say that if you copy the one from the sample, so assessment wise, it will be labeled as this collection ADT implementation originality would be considered to be in a developing category. Okay, what is developing category? That would be in the assignment rubrics. Okay, that marks will be given based on that. Next one, ADT operation. Do I have to include the operation that I don't use in my ADT? Okay, and so your ADT should contain all the basic operation for that ADT for completeness. Remember the principle of reusability. Your ADT may be used in future projects for different application. It is not compulsory to use all the ADT operation in your client program. However, it would be good if you can use your creativity to demonstrate meaningful use of ADT operation where possible in your client program. Okay, so this one is ADT specs. I want you to read which one is the good and the which one is the bad practice. Okay, implementation of Java interface, good and bad practice, right? Public interface customer. You put all the customers in. Main point is to call function. It is easier to call function so you don't do redundancy. So you do this. Okay. Customer, get entry list, keep in position. Okay, that is to be more general is better than to be listing down the names. Okay, so it is implementation Java class good and bad practices, public class array list, there's no good class customer array list. Usually we like to put like this, right? Class customer array list, so we know that we are actually referring to that module customer. But according to this one, it is preferable that you put your array list or public class array list like this on the left side. Okay. So collection, ADT implementation and approaches. So what is implementation approaches? So here, example of different implementation approaches for the list of ADTs. Okay, linked list, doubly, link, circular, link, etc., etc. Will I get additional marks for sorting algorithm? Okay, this is your answer. Java collection framework. So here, pay attention. Java collection framework. Can you use Java util array list java.util stack in your assignment? Answer is no, because the assignment requires that you create and implement your own ADTs. Therefore, you may not use any predefined collection interfaces. Okay, so this is very long. You're supposed to read through this, yeah? I'm going to skim through and show you the most important part. For the complete source code, can I embed screenshots of the source code in my report? Yes, as long as they can be easily and clearly read to ensure that. Use light mode instead of dark mode in your IDE. Ensure that there is proper identification to your class. Automatically format. Either right click on your mouse and select format or press alternate shift F. Okay. So I think this is the end, almost the end. What is this? Hmm. You need to write overview and explanation. Okay, do read on that one. Yeah, so long. Yeah, it's very, very long because this is that you need to know about your program. So entity class diagrams here, modules. Okay, this is the question you asked me, Noel. There are two members in my team doing auction system. Can we just do member management and item management instead of the auction module? Yes, alternatively, one of you can choose the auction module as it can enable you to demonstrate more creatively originality. And then another important question. I remember that you mentioned before that our modules did not need to be combined, right? Because this is referring to if you were to do this in a group. So answer is yes. You need not to combine it, but there are benefits in learning to use GIT Hub and integrating your modules. So maybe it is good to combine if you have more modules if you're doing it in a project in the team. But otherwise, you're alone, so there should not be a question on that. I think, yeah, finish. Okay. Next is the rubrics. You normally get your rubrics when you do assignment, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so that is where you base your assignment, how you put the outline based on that, right? So that you know which part of that is basically going to be given a lot of marks and all that. Okay, so you continue with your program. Okay, I will search for other documents and attach here. Okay, just wait a second. I need to close some documents because my system is going to lag. Okay, this is your rubric reference here. You can go through this one. Let me just make it a bigger screen. Okay, these are the specs. ADT specs, collection ADT implementation, collection ADT implementation originality. Okay, entity class diagram is here. Your entity class implementation is here. What are your client class? Client class is creativity and complexity overall solution. Okay, so developing under here that we give you 1 to 4 marks. Remember a while ago, if you were to use the sample software which are given to you during your assignment, not during class, so and then you're trying to implement that in your project module, that is okay, but you are going to be evaluated under this developing stage. Okay, that marks between 1 to 4. Okay, so it's a little bit small. Let me just go bigger. Bigger, right? Okay, right. And then approaching 5 to 7 marks. Idea, ideal, and then marks awarded. So these are your rubrics, yeah. Again, students are required to obtain a pass mark of at least 42.5 marks. Okay. Yeah. This one is giving you 1.5 weightage, marks awarded. What is it? Okay. Explanation on the implementation of and appropriateness of ADTs. Remember, you have to explain this, why you selected that. Okay. So that would be assessed based on this developing, approaching, ideal, ideal 3 section. So here would be the criteria that will be rated or assessed on you. Okay, can you see that? So don't worry, I will give you as well this copy. That you will have the assignment copy, this copy, Q&As, and then the sample of how your module look like. One, two, one is that question, one is this, one is rubrics. This is rubrics, right? I think four documents. So I will, and then okay, there will be also template for your assignment that will also be there, but just look at under assignment materials. Yeah, I will post everything in there. And if you check your GC as well, I gave you the practical assignment. You can try it out for our lecture, the one that which I'm supposed to show you, but I did not have it at time, so I shared during practical. So it's all in your GC. Yeah, feel free to check it out and see how your ADTs are implemented. That is what it meant by the CC. If you are to copy that sample, then your marks will sit under here, which here, developing stage. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So any question? Any question? Should be okay for you guys because you guys have gone through this rubrics, right? For assignment.
Yeah. So the assignment we cannot use the Java UTL stack,
Java, which one?
the
Utils. Oh.
the util stack.
It says that you cannot use Java utils, but you read through again what which particular utility that it is referring to. Yeah. Okay. You just read through the Q and A's. Which part of that is actually um, meant by that? You have to go through that. Where's that question?
Uh,
Is it under the assignment question or under the Q and A's? Assignment
oh yeah,
question or
Q&A.
Q and A's? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Can I use
cannot use
collection of entities that are predefined in Java? Example, Java util array list, Java utility stack. So hang on. Answer 13. This one, right?
yeah. Oh,
Can we use Java util array list, Java util stack in our assignment? Answer is no. Because assignment requires you to create and implement your own collection of entities. Therefore, you must not use any predefined collection interfaces and classes from Java collection framework.
so then the tutorial, then a practical also cannot, or
Yeah.
a practical also cannot use.
Uh,
The
you mean the sample codes, right?
yeah, the sample code they use Java UTL stack is
Yeah.
with the push and stuff.
You there's a question asking, can I use that sample which given in the class, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
And yeah, you can use, but there will be you will be marked under developing stage. Under
Uh,
under hang on, under here. Which one is that? Here is it.
reduce mark.
Reduce mark.
Uh,
That would be under here. Let's see the Q&A again. Where is that? The one that it says yes, but where's that question already? We're talking about the source code, right? Yeah, I saw this source code thing. Question that you will be rated, I think, under. None. I think it's either here. Yeah, this one, right? Yeah, this one. Okay, see. Chosen ADT must be different between the members. For example, student chose, okay, this one, not this one. Mm, yes. If student chose to directly use the ADT implementation given in the sample code, their marks for assessment criteria will be put under collection ADT implementation originality, and we consider to be in the developing category. That would be here, developing category, right? Around here. Okay. Yeah, so that will be between 1 to 4 marks. So that's why you have to be very careful. You have to read through the Q&As, what not to do, what can do, and then refer to your rubrics and your question. Okay? Read carefully whatever is the instruction so that you won't miss out, because every single line, every single details in your project and your programs will be checked and evaluated.
But
Okay.
what about practical? Can use or not?
Practical
Can use the Java
yeah,
UTI actually.
yeah, of course. That's why we gave you, right?
Uh,
Yeah. That
then
practical means you just to train yourself. You know the function. You are learning something, right?
for the assignment we need to write our own way to do the push and
Mm-hmm.
pop.
Don't worry. There
What's
are a
that?
lot of samples. There are a lot of samples, right? But be sure you look at the samples and you try and make it a little bit different than what you see online. There are a lot of samples I can see. Even the palindrome question, there are a lot online, but you need to modify your own for your own creativity based on your own creativity. So that is should not be a problem if you know what are the functions. Okay, so that's why we give you code during practical so you can familiarize yourself with what are the lines that are used in stacks and ADTs, right? So you can implement, you can what do you call that? Demonstrate what you have learned. Okay, right. So I need you. You haven't finished that question for practical. Focus on that. Uh, just focus on the one which I mentioned. One A. Hang on, where's the question? Let's see, where's the question? There's also a non-exhaustive list of examples that will be given to you. Okay. Yeah. This is your practical. Let's see this question. You should execute this or solve this question for week 2, and then the usual. Hang on. This is not opening. It's lagging. Hang on a second. Yeah, just wait a second. Yeah. Very slow. There are a lot of things I open here. Okay. Okay. This one. Yeah. This one. Okay. So this one is your question for today. You've done 1 and 2 list. So B. Okay. Do B, 3, 4, 3 and 4, and C on palindrome. C5. The rest later on, yeah? So concentrate on 3, 4, B, 3, 4, and C5 for today, for this week. Okay, class? and then
Uh,
I will forward to you the form later on. I'll find the form and attach it into the materials for assignment, fill it up, and resubmit to me. Okay.
must
So
must submit to must submit today
uh, that
the
one,
title, the assignment.
well, within this week because I need to submit to the CC. They need to
Okay.
know, yeah, because this week is supposed to be decision making week, I think, because that's why they give me that so that the students can decide which particular project they want to attempt and execute. So that's why they give you that. You need to give it to me. I will forward to them to the KL branch. Okay. Any question?
No.
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 So practical question B3, 4, and 5. It's okay, yes? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember when you find codes or you have codes, you given codes, uh, the best practice is to remember on how and know how you do it. Okay. And then don't just copy and paste. Do a little bit of um, modification based on your creativity. Okay, that means you get the idea and then you make it something like a value added version of the program. Mhm. So then only then that you learn something. Okay, so this question is done, your assignment is done, elaboration. There are a few other documents that you need to check. There are a lot of things that you need to do. Okay. Mm, with that, Noel, you want to conclude this? I need to get you on with your work. Do you have other class today apart from this class? No, right?
No.
No.
This is the last.
Hmm?
This is the last class.
Last class. Yeah, good. Okay. So I am going to you have no questions for you guys, no questions for uh lectures, for
No.
practical
No.
assignment.
No.
No, no so far no, yeah. Any question Q&As, please again go through that Q&As question. I will attach in a second, and all other documents which are related. Yeah, and then try on that sample code which I gave you. Okay. A lot of work today. Okay, so if there's no other questions, we will conclude our session today. Uh, Good luck with your project selection, and then do complete whatever task that you need to complete. And remember, this is a stage by stage, progressive stages of development for your project. Yeah, and therefore keep track of it. Next week, I will check on you what is your progress as well, and we were going to attempt next question on the practical. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So with that, yeah, no problem. Yes.
Yeah. No problem.
Alvin? No, no problem. Yes.
No problem.
Okay. So with that, thank you so much for your attention and attendance. Starting 14 onwards, I will see you in the class. I will see you in the lab. Yeah,
Okay.
14 February onwards.
The
So for
will,
now,
will there
hmm?
be there's no holiday during the Chinese New Year?
Holiday, I am not sure they're supposed to be because that is a public holiday, right?
Aye.
Yeah, but I didn't receive any notification of holiday, but I suppose there is holiday since that is like a public holiday. We don't work on public holiday, should be, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. With that, we will conclude today's session. I'll let you go on and attempt on your questions and make your decisions. And while I do attachment of all your required documents. Okay, so
Okay.
Thank you, class. I'll see you next week.
Okay. Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.